Day 6 on Lava Island. My edible food is running low. All I've got is this raw stuff. I fear that I may have trapped myself in my test world. Why did I ever create this cursed lava island? Now I'm stuck here, unable to cross, with uncooked food. Wait, of course! I'm surrounded by fire! Ha! It's cooked! Haha! I can survive another week! Wonderful. Oh wait, I can just turn myself into creative mode. Hello everybody, Twitch Nitro here, and welcome back to another Inventing Room video. So as you saw at the beginning here, today I've come up with another silly little concept that cooks your food. I've only got it for raw meat at the moment. Cooks your food when you set your player on fire. So it'll automatically go through your inventory and start cooking as you're on fire. So if you have lots of meat, it'll start cooking all of it. Just a silly little thing. I mostly made it because in the last video I got a comment from 15 redstones. I think that's how you say the name correctly. 15 redstones said that I could have used in the last video the tags in 1.9, and I slapped myself on the forehead and I realized, oh, of course they added tags to the game, which is a slightly easier way of doing things that you could do with scoreboards in 1.8. But now you don't have to set up the whole scoreboard stuff, you just start adding tags to entities. So now I'm going to go through the command blocks and show you how I did it. Technically we only really need to look at these first 4 because it's a repeat of the commands past the first 4. So to show off, to start explaining it, I'm actually going to start with this second one here, because this is where the detecting of fire and stuff really starts to occur. So in here I have a tag. I'm adding a tag to all players with a fire of negative 20. The reason for this is when a player is not on fire, their fire, what's it called, MBT. Their fire MBT is negative 20. And if their fire MBT is negative 20, I know that they're not on fire, so I give them a tag and I say that they are not on fire. In the next one, what I'm doing is I'm looking for players who are not on fire. And by looking for players who are not on fire, obviously I'm looking for players who just so happen to be on fire, which is good. This setup, what I'm doing here is I'm using, this is what makes it single player only and not multiplayer. I'm only checking, what I'm doing is I'm clearing and then I'm using the clear to give players the cooked version. So what I'm doing is I'm clearing the uncooked beef that is on a player that is on fire, and then I'm giving cooked beef to the players on fire. Now, what would happen in multiplayer is because I've got no conditions checking that there could be other players existing. What it would do is it would remove beef from any player who has uncooked beef that's on fire. That part would work, but then it would give beef to all the players that happen to be on fire. So if you were on fire and you didn't have beef, you would just wind up getting beef if somebody walked into a fire with beef, and that would be really strange. Beef, magical beef from nowhere. And then it just does this over and over again for each of the things. Fish, you see here, and then cooked fish, that's actually salmon because it's a data type. Pork chops, cooked pork chops. So it's using the tags and these conditional command blocks to operate the entire thing. Now there's one thing over here, obviously, that I do is the first thing I do is the actual first thing I do, not the technical first thing I do. The actual first thing I do is remove anybody who's not on fire. By removing all players not on fire tag, I'm essentially saying that all players are on fire. And the reason for this is I'm doing that so I can then check for sure who isn't on fire. Because I'm technically trying to detect a negative, and that's a little bit difficult to do in Minecraft. So I use this method to do that. This command could technically also be at the end of the command blocks, and this command could be in there. That would probably make a lot more sense, but I sort of did it backwards. This command also has another thing that's different with it. You probably noticed at the start it has this execute command. And this execute command is just saying that this second part will execute only if the player is in air. And the reason why I need to detect the air is if this first part, let's actually copy this and then remove this, and I'll show you. I shall demonstrate. If I remove that first part and I go into water, all my stuff would be cooked, and that would be incredibly strange. So let's put the score back and test it again. So with the execute, I don't get set. It doesn't count as setting on fire, and that's to do with an inconsistency with how this NBT tag works, because it's on -20 when you're not on fire, and then it goes up into the positives when you are on fire, depending on how on fire you are. But when you go into water, it goes even further into the negatives and stays in the negatives. That's why when you're in water, you can't be put on fire. I'm not sure what negative number it assigns. I assume it's the maximum negative number you can get. So in the millions, it's out there. But yeah, I just thought this would be a silly little concept, and I might be able to teach some people like how the tags work and a little bit about the game and the fire tag and stuff. And yeah, it's so I'm just gonna give myself tons of food and then walk into this fire. Nice. Oh, that's weird. Oh right, that's rabbit, not chicken. I thought I had 2 stacks of chicken actually. Alright, yeah, that's it for this episode. Again, just a silly little thing, but it showcases a bunch of cool little details that are in the game. And I guess that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. I'm gonna remove Lava Island, just in case I get trapped there again.